fertility treatment. And there are certain obvious reasons for this. Like, number one, India has got world-class IVF specialists, doctors who've performed across the world, who've been educated in Western countries, they've come back to India. So India has a rich pool of knowledge and manpower as far as treatment of IVF or other fertility is concerned. Secondly, the cost of any fertility treatment in India, it's very surprising to know, it is 8 to 10 times less as compared to any Western country. So if you see the cost of IVF, for example, the average cost in India is about 1.5 lakhs, whereas in any other developed country which has the same level of doctors as we have in India, the same cost is about 6 to 7 lakhs. Same is with surrogacy. The average cost of surrogacy in India ranges anywhere between 8 to 10 lakhs, whereas the average cost of surrogacy in US, UK, European countries is anywhere around 40 to 50 lakhs. So there's a big margin in the cost, and at the same time we are able to provide the same level of treatment as is there anywhere in the world. So this again makes India a very preferable destination for fertility treatment. The third important aspect is that the laws in India with regards to certain aspects of fertility like egg donation, surrogacy are in the favor of the intending parents. There are many countries which do not favor surrogacy or they do not consider the intending parents to be the actual parents. However, in India, the thing is very different. We consider the intending parents to be the actual parents of the child, the baby, and at the same time there are other regulations which are pro-fertility, pro-surrogacy, and it is in favor of the parents who come here from across the world to get the treatment done. Although all these are very legitimate and obvious reasons to make India a hub for fertility treatment, but one change that has happened recently in our environment as far as fertility treatment is concerned is the corporatization of this particular segment. So with the entry of corporates who have taken the level of professionalism and treatment in the field of fertility to a different level, it has become, now today India has come at par with the management of fertility throughout the world. So today whether we see the level of professionalism, patient care, success rates, infrastructure, technology, cutting edge technology and state-of-the-art equipment, with the corporatization of this segment, India has come at par with the Western world or with the developed countries as far as the treatment of fertility is concerned. So I would like to tell you a little bit more in detail about the more greater aspects which are related to this corporatization. Now, the next important thing is, as I always say, that in the field of fertility today, it's not important to do what others are not doing. It's more important to not do what others are doing. So we have been treating fertility in a very empirical and a generic manner, and there have been certain common aspects or steps that are taken to treat any particular patient. However, there are various such undesirables that need to be weeded out. We need to be much crisp in our treatment of fertility. There needs to be optimization, customization, standardization of processes. So what I always say is that the time of breakthrough is over. In the next couple of years, we are not seeing any major breakthrough in the field of fertility or IVF. All the breakthroughs that had to happen have happened, like the blastocyst culture, the frozen embryo transfers, the ICSI, the IMSI, and a lot of development has happened in case of frozen cycles. So all those major breakthroughs have happened. But now is going to be the time when we are not seeing any major breakthrough. It is going to be the time when two important aspects are going to determine the results in IVF. One is standardization of practices and the other is customization of these practices. So once again, the corporatization plays a major role in achieving this kind of standardization and customization. So what we mean by standardization is that different doctors in different hospitals in different areas are adopting different practices with regards to IVF and fertility. So first of all, we need to find out what is the best SOP or the best steps that need to be adopted and standardize these treatment procedures. Second is the customization or optimization. So it's very important not to treat every patient in the same horizon of being general and to be able to optimize the standardized therapy with respect to every particular case. What are the PCOS cases, according to the age, according to the number of failures, obstetric histories. It's very important to customize these. So corporatization once again takes the level of treatment to that level that today we are able to standardize and optimize these processes of fertility management. Now, if we compare, today the fertility centers, the private fertility centers range on two ends of the spectrum. On one end, there are individually run centers which we call the doctor-owned IVF centers. On the other end, there are the professionally run centers. You can term them as corporate centers or professionally run centers where there is an entire team and the workload is very clearly demarcated with respect to clinical and non-clinical activities. If we try to compare these two, then we find that individually run centers have got two distinct advantages. One is that the cost of therapy in such centers is less, because obviously the cost of keeping up with the center, the staff is less, the level of investment is less, the level of monthly expenses are less. So that percolates down in reducing the cost of therapy. The second important aspect is that it helps to give an individualistic kind of a care to every patient, which might not be there in a corporate center. However, on the other hand, if you see the corporate centers, then there are certain well-defined advantages which are there in a corporate center, ranging from, I would like to welcome Dr. Neelima, my colleague, so after my session, she'll take up a small session. So ranging from the level of professionalism, which today is, these are some of the areas where India is lagging behind, although not in the clinical aspects, but in the non-clinical aspects. Patient care, level of professionalism, accountability. We are hardly accountable to our patients. We either say that you are positive or you are negative. That's the end of the story. So level of accountability, level of transparency. We never share the journey of the IVF, the entire process with the patients as to what was their case when we started, how many eggs were retrieved, how many embryos were formed, how many were transferred, which I'll also talk in detail a little bit later. So corporatization helps in increasing the standardization and customization. It helps in increasing the level of professionalism in providing warmth and compassion. It helps in increasing the transparency. Obviously, it helps in creating better technology, a better environment for IVF management and a better infrastructure. So what do we need to do? What we need to do is to be able to bridge this gap. So if a corporate center that has all these advantages, it can incorporate within itself the cost, benefit and the ability to be able to give that warmth and compassion to a patient, then we complete the entire horizon of what the desirables should be as far as the fertility treatment is concerned. So our endeavor as part of Baby Joy is to be able to fill this gap and to create a professionally run center which is not only transparent, accountable and offers high success rates, but on the other hand, it can also bring down the cost of IVF treatment considerably and bring about a warmth and compassion for every patient that approaches. So here I would just like to introduce Baby Joy. Baby Joy is part of the Vizag's growth, which has been in the field of healthcare for more than 10 years now through its pharmaceutical and medical tourism divisions. About 4 years ago, we set up India's first professionally run surrogacy agency by the name of Vizag Surrogacy Consultants. The main aim of starting this surrogacy agency was to make the system of surrogacy in India accountable and to make it legally, medically, ethically and socially answerable as well as transparent. So surrogacy has been a very grey area in the last couple of years. It was very important to be able to systemize this area and make it transparent, accountable and systemize it with respect to all the aspects which are related to surrogacy. So we set up our surrogacy agency about 4 years back by the name of Vizag Surrogacy Consultants. Although we used to carry out all services under one umbrella, but the one complaint that most of the patients used to have is that they used to have to go to another center for the IVF. So today everyone wants that under one umbrella everything should be done. So as part of that endeavor to be able to provide 360-degree fertility solutions under one roof, we set up our world-class IVF